Okay, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I forgot to record. I didn't forget. I just didn't have anything to say last week for that first episode. So let me try and talk about both in this one. It's supposed to gonna be I think it's supposed to gonna be talking about the second episode, but I gotta touch on the first one. In the first episode, we see Sam hand over the shield to the government to put in like a museum. Because he's like, oh no, Steve chose me to be Captain America, but I'm not worthy of that, man. I'm not Steve. I can't possibly be Steve. So it's best if the government has the shield, and then it can be displayed as a symbol and all that, to honor Steve and all that. Which I get. I respect it. Probably not the best call. It was probably not the smartest decision on account of the government just took the shield and just gave it to someone else. Like immediately. Put the shield in the museum and freaking John Walker comes in and says, hey, I'm Captain America now. No, you ain't. We all had pretty much the exact same reaction at the end of that first episode. Oh, looking at John Walker and being like, who's this schmuck? Who's this guy thinking he can just take the shield? Oh, who's he? What has he done to deserve this? And then here in episode 2, we see they show that he has the skills to be Captain America, I guess. And of course, Bucky is not happy about this. For good reason. So he confronts Sam about it, being like, dude, what the hell? Why'd you give up the shield? What are you doing? And Falcon's like, freaking dude, I get it. I ain't happy about it either. It's already been done, man. I can't do nothing about it. Yeah, also, I got a job to do. I got work. I gotta go. Bucky's like, all right, well, you gotta go. I'm coming with you. And Sam's like, no, you ain't. Bucky says, yes, I am. And then they're on the plane together. They end up running into a bunch of the Flag Smashers, who's the extremist group that we've seen in the advertisements. Talking about the world was better before the world was better during the blip because borders and everything were like down and like everyone was less cut off, I guess, is the idea. Which basic idea of just no more of just borders kind of not being so much of a thing and just everyone being together, that's fine. You talking about the world was better during the blip when half the universe was gone? And also, y'all are just being straight terrorists and thieves. That ain't right. That ain't good. Y'all, no. But no, yeah, they find the Flag Smashers. They find a bunch of Flag Smashers. They're in a fight. They're in a fight. That's the fight that's on the two trucks that we've seen in the ads. But then suddenly, Captain America shows up and starts helping them out. And like, he's actually kind of decent with the shield, I guess. And even during and then like after the fight, he's kind of nice. He's actually kind of a nice dude. Like he's trying to be nice to Bucky and Sam. Like he's humble. Freaking darn it. It's kind of hard to hate the guy, honestly. It's clear that on some level he understands what the title of Captain America really means to people. He understands what it means. He understands the weight behind it. So, like, he's not just parading around with it and showboating and everything. He's trying to do good with it. But it's just the problem of you're just, at the end of the day, you're just some random dude. You're some random dude. You had no connection to Steve. You had no connection to Steve whatsoever. You're just some random guy that the government chose. Meanwhile, Steve actually chose Sam. And if Sam doesn't want to do it, there's still Bucky. Freaking, there are better options. There are better options. There are better, more connected options than this random schmuck. Like, this just ain't right. And then we got then after that, we got Bucky and Sam going over to somewhere in Maryland, I believe. it was, to talk to this guy named Isaiah. And Isaiah apparently was another super soldier. There was another super soldier who was black that Bucky had ended that Bucky was assigned to take out while he was the Winter Soldier, and because the Flag Smashers are very clearly more super soldiers, Bucky thought, okay, let me talk to this guy who's also a super soldier and see if he can tell us anything. He didn't want to tell us jack squat. freaking PTSD, man. He didn't want to talk about it. And he said, "Get the hell out of my house," and they got the hell out of his house. Followed immediately by Sam and being like, "Why the hell didn't anybody tell me that there was a black super soldier?" There was another black super soldier around here, and nobody told me. Freaking did Steve know? Bucky said, "No, Steve didn't know. I didn't tell anybody. Freaking homeboy had been through enough. I didn't want to add anything to it," which I get. Okay, I get that. That makes sense. But then that whole idea about talking about the black super soldier is followed by some cops showing up and thinking that and being racist towards Sam. And they do the whole thing of they see a black man who's talking very passionately to a white guy, and they're immediately like, hey, my dude, what are you doing? Hey, buddy, you causing trouble? Let me see your ID. It's like freaking, they're talking. They're talking. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't even thrown a punch. Yeah, he's angry. That doesn't mean he's dangerous. He ain't gonna do anything. Freaking come on. And to top it all off, the second that they realize, oh, it's Falcon, they're like, oh shoot. Hey, buddy, listen, I didn't know. I didn't mean it. Hey, buddy, that's your Falcon. You're cool. I didn't mean it. I didn't know you were a superhero black guy. I didn't know. I didn't know you were a black Avenger. If I had known that, I wouldn't have been racist towards you. So between that and episode 1, where Sam can't get a loan, Sam and his sister can't get a loan for their boat, for their family boat. On account of them being black. This show is tackling race in a way that I did not at all expect. I didn't think that the show was going to touch on the fact that Sam is a black man. But you know what? Looking at it, I really shouldn't be surprised. And I'm not at all angry about it. I ain't mad at it. I love this. Yo, freaking do it. Call attention. Freaking go for it, man. But then the officers inform us that Bucky is actually under arrest because he didn't go to the government-mandated therapy that he's supposed to go to. So he's being arrested. But then they get there, and freaking John Walker has bailed him out. Freaking dang it. We're supposed to hate you. We're supposed to not like you. Why are you being likable? Dang it. We're supposed to hate you, darn it. But then Bucky's therapist shows up, who is a mean therapist. I'm pretty sure therapists are supposed to be like all nice and comforting to you to make sure that you're comfortable to talk about your crap. To talk about all the crap that you're going through. Any sort of trauma or anything that you got going on. It's supposed to be nice and comforting to you. She ain't doing that at all. She's a bad therapist, man. I'm sorry, but they need to get someone better. But then we get a therapy session with Bucky and Sam trying to talk to each other, and then that's when we find out one of the real reasons that Bucky is mad at Sam for giving up the shield is because Steve chose him. Steve chose him to be Captain America, and if Steve is wrong about Sam, then that means freaking why? Not enough storage on my phone. Freaking screw you. Freaking great. Now I gotta make this short. Okay, freaking the reason Sam is mad at Bucky's mad at Sam because if Steve was wrong about Sam, then he's wrong about Bucky as well. So there's that. Freaking darn it. And now they don't have any leads. They gotta figure out what's going on somehow. So Hydra had a lot of super soldier serum on them, And, you know, freaking Hydra shut down now, but freaking there's someone still around who knows a lot about Hydra. And so now they're going to go and talk to Zemo. And so somehow so they're going to talk to Zemo, and I'm guessing somehow, some way, he's going to end up getting out of prison. I doubt that they're going to let him out, but somehow, some way, he's going to get out of prison, and then that whole thing's gonna go down. So yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's good so far. It's really good. I didn't have anything really to say about that first episode, so I didn't. I gotta commit. I did this for WandaVision. I gotta do it for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I gotta do it. It's like clockwork. I gotta do it for Loki as well. Oh gosh, Loki's gonna be crazy. Oh boy. Okay. Well, that's the end of this. Put up the end card. I will never know how to end the video. I'll never know. I'll go years without finding out. Goodbye.
Can I be your superhero?